Hey everyone. So I know some of you have Ownboard bamboo GTs. One of the issues I got out of the box after a 20-kilometer ride is this sound. First you think it's a motor issue. In fact, it's actually just a grub screw inside the metal gear pulley. So you're not using that correctly. Not turned correctly, but let me show you what it is. And I'll show you what you can do to eliminate that sound from your board. Now, I'm not sure why this issue would happen on a new board, but don't forget to lose your speed ring. Don't forget to not lose your speed rings. Just have to take off this guard, this belt guard, the motor guard, all purpose. This should be two screws with your Allen key. And then you could probably sneak in and you'll see it's a really small screw on the metal gear. Let me grab the phone and show you guys what we're looking at. And essentially it's a screw inside here, so it'll be on the flat portion. You might not see it here because there's light reflecting here. But on that piece, there's a flat end or flat part. This is where the grub screw is essentially coming from inside here and then hitting that flat end here. And essentially it's loose. So let me just take this out and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. And if you play with it, you can kind of hear it's loose. It's not supposed to be like that. Essentially, this is the sound that's what's creating when the wheel is turning. So what we're gonna do is just grab that flat side where that I was talking about earlier, and so as you'll see on that flat end, there's a grub screw right there. And essentially we're going to turn that in until it's completely tight. Because right now I could actually take this off. In fact, I'll take this opportunity to show you guys. So this is the grub screw that's coming loose. So then just gotta put the wheel back in. So that's if you get that type of sound. So don't worry about the motors. Like you can tell, the motors are fine. It's really just this grub screw that was causing all that noise. It could be something else. That's entirely possible. But if you're getting that type of issue, it's really quick to take off the wheel and find out whether or not it's that. And at the same time, you'll find out whether or not it's maybe something else in the motor related. But that's it for now. That's the grub screw issue I've been having with this Ownboard. I have other issues as well right now with the motors. Seems like they cut off for a split second, kind of like when you turn on, if you have a Hobby Wing ESC, kind of like if you turn on your board, but your remote is still off. Try to push a board that has a Hobby Wing ESC, your board will basically won't go. The motors are kind of locked. It's not a complete hard lock, but it won't go anywhere. So it feels like that when you're riding at like, I'll be riding at 35 kilometers an hour, 40, and then all of a sudden it kicks in out of nowhere. It makes you lose confidence in the board when you know it can happen at any point in time. And I mean like 50% battery, 75% battery, it doesn't matter. So hopefully I get that ironed out with the Ownboard support team, and I'll do a follow-up on that. The other issue is the remote disconnection. Now the remote will disconnect frequently to the point where even when you're riding, if you look at it, you'll just see disconnect. So you can't even change your speed if you're looking at the remote. So you have to do that like while you're riding. The remote has to be low to your waist. So I don't think that's a function. That's not how it's supposed to be. I am working with Ownboard as well with that to see if we can iron those things out. Oddly enough, it doesn't do it with the old Hobby Wing remote, which looks, well, actually this is it right here. So as you'll see, this remote doesn't do it for some reason. But again, it could just be because it doesn't have any telemetry really in this remote. I think it only has vibrate like on low voltage. And maybe it has this connection, I'll have to look at. The issue with it, where it is happening, however, is with this remote. And again, I don't think it's remote related, to be honest. I think the issue might be either with the transmitter on the ESC, or the ESC altogether, or the battery. So hopefully we'll narrow those things down with Owen from the Ownboard support team. But other than that, keep you guys up to date as to what's happening with the board. Other than that, to be honest, it rides great when it works. And I think that's most of the consensus of all the other riders have provided, or the reviewers have said about this board. And I'm hoping I get into that state. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe. Have fun.